Up next, the Hawks taking on the Bulls. For Atlanta, winning 7 of their last 10. And they aren't done. Fueled up and ready to charge forward toward another win here in this one. Bulls, Hawks is next, right after this.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
We're bringing you the Chicago Bulls out at United Center as they'll face off against the Atlanta Hawks. Looking at the Hawks, they know it's always tougher winning on the road, facing a solid team, but one with weaknesses. They'll look to take advantage and steal the win. We've talked about this year's rookie class. Cam Reddish is another great talent. Shaq, what does he need to do to reach his full potential?
He can do a lot of everything, but sometimes he's not as assertive as he needs to be, and I'm not sure when he knows to be assertive. He needs to get in that gym with Rock.
Yeah, I believe that, true. Yeah, strength and conditioning with Rock would be great, but he has no glaring weaknesses right now in terms of skill set. He's a good all-around player.
I need you to toss it to Kevin Harlan and be really assertive when you do it.
Okay, now we send it over to you, Kevin Harlan. Get ready for the opening tip.
Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. Chris Webber's joining us at the broadcast table alongside Greg Anthony and David Aldridge on the sideline. This is Kevin Harlan. And let's check out a breakdown, looking at some stats for Reddish.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage, and it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Looking at the starting 5 for the Atlanta Hawks. On the wings, Herter and Reddish. Collins is out there with Hunter, and it's Young in at the 1 spot. And for Chicago, White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. And it's Carter in at the 5 spot. Right around midseason here, Chris, more players-only meetings being held. Give us a little insight into what those are like.
Well, there's some really good ones, Kevin, and there's some bad ones. There's ones that goes, hey, guys, just wanted to bring us all here and say, man, listen, we could do a little bit better. We need to focus. I'll start with myself. I can be better on the boards. You need to be better guards over here. Those kind of meetings are good. Then there's the ones that say, listen, guys, we're going into playoffs. I need everyone to put the phones down. No more going out. Sacrifice. Tell your in-laws, tell your spouse, tell your family, listen, for the next month we're honed in, where we can't come back. And then there's the ones that you don't like, the ones that finger pointing, saying, hey, guys, I called this meeting because I'm tired of all of you. None of you are putting up. And then another guy says, wait, I'm not doing my job. You're not doing your job. And other guys come in and you kind of get how it goes. So a lot of different ways you can have meetings. But hopefully as a coach, you have great leadership. So at the end of the day, even if you have hurt feelings, guys come out better for it.
So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Puts one up from 19. Markkanen pulls it in.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Now White. He's coming off a 19-point game against Toronto.
Not to mention his defense. I mean, he was a terror. He came away with 3 steals and caused a whole lot of headaches.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 22-point game against Miami. The 11-footer misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. The Bulls have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And there's the call on Kevin Herter. That is his first foul of the game. Here is Carter. 9-point game his last outing. Outside, White. Collins with some nice D.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
Now, here's Collins. He's coming off a 10-point game against Miami.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
So it's Chicago now, outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
Yeah, G.A., and sometimes you have games like that, but you just got to shrug it off and move on to the next one.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
And now let's send it over to our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Jim Boylan.
Thanks, Kevin. I expect this to be an inside-out kind of game. This team has a lot of shooters who can really get going once they hit a few. We'll see if they can get on a roll from out there. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Always want to get those threes falling consistently. And the Hawks making a change here. Parker's checked in. Carter down low, working on Collins.
Some very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lay-in.
It's tipped. It's stolen by Reddish. Collins kicks to Reddish. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. And a look at the recent power rankings. Some interesting stories here in the early part of December. You look at the Nets. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And you know, right now, Atlanta, they have to like the progression that we've seen. Bit by bit, everything coming together. Consistency going forward will be key.
Now here is Carter after the miss from Cam Reddish.
What concentration from the big man right there. Carter Jr., I mean, he's experienced at converting difficult baskets.
Young taking his time here. Pass to Reddish. Stolen by Markkanen. And here comes White, leading the fast break. Another shot. Passes it to Markkanen. Out to White. Lets it go from deep. Can't hit that one. And Atlanta will come the other way.
His field goal percentage has dipped this quarter. I mean, his movement has to be better. He has to find the open spots on the floor.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses, understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
And here's Levine, who brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. Trailing by 2. Here's Carter. The shot will not fall. Good D by Parker. The Hawks have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. To the middle, here's Collins, and finished off by Collins.
How about the vision from the crafty little guard? Young excels at realizing when his guys have clean looks.
The Bulls shooting a pretty distressing 27% here in the early minutes. Here's White trying to get open as Carter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, yeah, Kevin, last season was not a successful one for the Bulls. I mean, they had the 5th worst record in the NBA, although it got them a nice draft pick. But it was another step in a long rebuilding process.
The Bulls shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. And that one falls for White. And for the Bulls, Chris, they had a young team and they knew it wasn't their time.
Yeah, the team decided to move on from the Hoiberg era as well, Kevin. I mean, they dealt with a lot of injuries during last season, and the team is still searching for an identity.
And both free throws good for White.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays with a lot of moxie.
Now, here is Young. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Floats one. Rebound by the Bulls. Markkanen's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Bulls moving the ball around, and there it is for him.
Like the show of unselfishness from Porter, wanting to improve as a passer and hit his open teammates.
And here's Reddish. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. To the inside. Stolen by Carter. White with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Markkanen inside the line. He drains the quick shot.
In an era where quality stretch bigs are valued so highly, Markkanen fits right into the league's mold.
Here's Young. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Here's White, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Outside, Levine. Back to White. Outside, Porter. A 3-ball. Rebound by Parker.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
In the corner, Collins with it. And there's the feed to Hunter. Over Porter. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Levine. Here's Porter. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Look how Porter maintains his focus on this play. Even when you knock him around, he uses his strength to nail these type of shots.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Felicio's checked in for Wendell Carter. Young comes in for Lauri Markkanen. Chris Dunn's checked in for Levine, and Satoransky subbed in for White. Atlanta also making some changes here. Lenz checked in for Hunter. DeAndre Bembry comes in for Reddish, and it's Teague in for Young. And Porter, no good on that one. And last season, Otto Porter on the move, Chris. He was traded at the deadline to the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, and he has fit right in since joining the Bulls. I mean, they needed his outside shooting. Porter is still very young and can grow to be a part of this young Bulls core.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now, here's Dunn. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Toronto. Softly drops in the floater. And the Bulls lead by 2.
A masterful penetrator. Once Dunn notices an opening in the defense, he tears it asunder.
Teague against Satoransky. Teague the pass to Collins. For 3. That shot off. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
Yeah, and they can't afford a repeat of that. They need a lot more minutes out of their core group tonight.
And here is Teague. Thaddeus Young getting it to go from deep. Pass to Parker. Lets it go from 11. That one wide left. The Bulls leading by 5. Dunn outside. Floats one up, and that's 2 points on the layup. Dunn's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Teague feeling it out a bit. And there's the pass to Parker. Back to Teague. Over to the left wing. Just 4 to shoot. Atlanta again missing.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, that's a good defender making a great play, and he does it without foul.
The shot by Satoransky, no good. The Hawks trail by 7. Here's Bembry, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, Kevin, you're right. They needed that, and I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
Here's Dunn after the basket by Atlanta. Here's Felicio. He's coming off a 10-point game against Toronto.
And we have to mention his rebounding. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low. Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Teague. Rebound by the Bulls.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Dunn passes to Felicio. Jabari Parker comes up with the rebound. And it's Parker with the ball, bringing it up for the Hawks. 7-point differential. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
Well, you know, the ball movement was lacking. And, Greg, you know, things got stagnant. That's why their offense looked so off.
What do you think about some of the most powerful dunks, Chris? The tomahawk jam reigning supreme. Do you prefer the one-handed or the two-handed jam?
Oh, man. That's
You
so
did
tough,
both so
man.
well.
You know what? I prefer a body-to-body dunk on you. Like, remember what Derrick Rose did over Dragic back in the day? Oh, my goodness, off the two. Or how about Jordan playing against Atlanta when he pump fakes it with one hand like he's going to shoot it, goes down the lane and dunks on Tree Rollins. Just incredible. Or Blake Griffin dunking on anyone, or Giannis dunking on anyone, or Embiid dunking on anyone. Or how about LeBron dunking on anyone? So, me, I just want the showmanship. Doesn't matter if it's one hand, two hands, two legs, one leg, 360, or straight body to body. Just give me something.
Yeah.
Give me something.
I like that. Good on both. Here's Satoransky. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Inside, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Len. And Satoransky wide open. He fires. And again, it's the Bulls from deep. The Hawks trail by 8. Teague with the ball. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Heat in Miami. Pass to Bembry. Shot clock at 6. It's Parker outside. Satoransky grabs the miss. Satoransky's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And not many checks in the NBA, but C-Web, Tomas Satoransky leading the way on that front.
Yeah. Best player from a country that is having a golden age for their national team. Satoransky, I mean, he said that he is very proud to represent the Czechs in the NBA, and he's doing a great job at it.
He hits the second from the line. The Hawks trail by 9. Outside Teague. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's foul number 2 for him.
Just a little too amped up here early. 2 fouls on him already. That's going to affect his playing time.
1:21 left to play in the first. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And last year, a tough one for Jeff Teague. Just couldn't put together his normal level of play.
You know, Teague missed some games with injury, but his shot just wasn't consistent. His passing and playmaking were as strong as ever, but you just couldn't rely on him to score.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Teague.
And as you would expect from the way he plays, Teague is a terrific free throw shooter.
And so Teague hits 2 free throws. The Bulls leading by 7. Passes it to Young. Dunn looking over the floor. From the stripe, count it. Dunn's got 6.
A lot of game nowadays is screen and roll action. I mean, Dunn looking comfortable handling it there.
Now here's Teague. The dish to Parker. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
He's got the hot hand right now. As long as he can keep getting open, they've got to keep feeding him.
46 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Now here's Satoransky. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Dunn passes to Young. Good work defensively by Jones.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Oh, the lob to Parker. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Dunn. And Dunn with the slam.
Great instincts on the break. Dunn seems to have a knack for running the right route.
20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now Teague. On the wing, Jones. Lets it go with a 3. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
And you see this so often, league-wide, ending the period with a 3-point attempt.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And from what we've seen so far from the Bulls, what's your take?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Yeah, GA, great balance of efficiency and intensity, which is why they hold the early lead.
And so Satoransky will bring it up for the Bulls. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Bulls. They've got Young. Dunn is out there with Satoransky. Then there's Valentine. And it's Felicio in at the center, locking down the middle. And a quick look at how Atlanta's schedule shaping up. On Friday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers. And then on Sunday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And that game against the Knicks, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
First free throw is good. While the NBA is entertainment, you know, Chris, it also can have a very social impact in a positive ways. Guys like Kyle Korver have spoken out. The Jazz took action last season. Chris, how do you feel the league has responded to issues like discrimination?
Well, I think the league has done a wonderful job, better than any league. First of all, we acknowledge it. You don't just throw it under the rug and say there's no problem here. And that may be the toughest, to be able to acknowledge that. And then secondly, to make quick, sweeping decisions, I think has also been awesome too. But I don't think any league in the history of sports has had more players speak up for issues in society than ours. Let's go back to Bill Russell and others, the way that they started the game and came in. We have to love it, and I love the fact that the league is not scared of the narrative, and we work together. And by the way, that Kyle Korver article was so awesome. It was so vulnerable for him to write that. And when you have players like that, no matter what color, that are selfless to speak out to make society better, then it's not just good for the game, but it's great for all of us. So kudos to Kyle, the Jazz, and everyone doing all they can do to make things better for everyone.
Absolutely. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Hawks have been in rebuild mode for the last couple of years, but this season brings a lot of optimism. passing on Luka Doncic, the Hawks drafted Trae Young. It was much scrutinized, but Young came on down the stretch. His playmaking makes other people better, and also, they hope, will attract a free agent or two. Now the Hawks have added several rookies, starting with DeAndre Hunter. They believe they're poised to make some noise in the East. Kevin?
They took that gamble with Doncic and getting Young. We'll see what happens. Thank you, D.A. And Young kicks to Felicio. Clock at 6. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Alex Len picks one up.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
The Bulls have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line. And the first one at the line is good. And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Chris Dunn. And it's White in for Satoransky. And so he hits both. The Hawks trail by 10. Young outside. And he banks in the layup. Young's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And the work ethic coming into play there. I like how Young can just focus on the task at hand.
The Bulls shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Valentine passes to Felicio. He dishes it to Young. Back to Felicio. The shot, no good. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. Here's White. It's deflected. To the paint. Here's Reddish. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Markkanen's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Valentine with it, and it's Reddish picking him up. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Jones. And Reddish with the slam.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Chicago leading by 6. White looking around. 9 feet out. A second chance effort. Kept alive. Felicio. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Trae Young.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Bulls have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game. And the first one drops. Just when you look around the NBA, which player most emulates the style and approach that you had? And you were special. But so you've got to have a very special category for this one, I'm sure.
Well, thanks, kid. That's flattering. I like to be in the categories with these guys because I'm such fans of them. But Blake Griffin, when I think about him, and also Joel Embiid, the fact that Embiid can shoot out on the floor, he can space up, but in the post, he likes to go to work as well. I just think he gives you such a mix of offensive moves that you can't stop, that as a defender, you're always worried and on guard and looking over your shoulder because you don't know what he's going to hit you with because he has so many options.
But in my mind, there's only one Chris Webber.
Solid there, just recognizing when to drive. When Young has some wiggle room, he seizes it.
The Bulls leading by 6. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Got it. Nice one there from Levine.
Oh, they've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
White against Young. To the inside, Jones. Young finds Jones. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
White the pass to Felicio. Good work defensively by Jones. The Hawks trail by 7. Here's Herter. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Stolen by Levine. Out left to the wing. Valentine wide open. He fires. They grab their own miss. And Jones sends it back. Young passes to Herter. Over White. And he overshot that one, missing. The Bulls leading by 7. And Levine, here we go. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
The ball handling Levine has, oh, it's special. Look how he's just showing there how gifted he is at creating for himself.
And stolen by White. In transition, here come the Bulls. The 3. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him now.
The Hawks trail by 12. And here's Young. He's got 8. Pass to Jones. He kicks it to Hunter. Young in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And the touch Young has from beyond the arc, he is almost unguardable from there.
And Levine, here we go. And good that time. Levine's got 10 points.
He's pulling out all the tricks this quarter. They can't figure out how to stop him.
Young up top. White covering. And Young kicks to Reddish. Oh, and he jams it right over Lauri Markkanen. Wow.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. Now here's White. And the pass to Levine. Over Reddish. Here's Felicio. And Jones pulls it down.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Hunter no good. The Bulls leading by 9.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
For Chicago, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. That's good from Valentine. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Chicago. John Collins, he's checked in for the Hawks. DeAndre Bembry comes in for Kevin Herter. And Atlanta has possession. They trail by 11. Here's Young. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Such a creative ball handler. Young has an ability to carve out room for himself with his dribble.
And so White will bring it up for Chicago. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. This is to Markkanen to the middle. Levine deciding where to go with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot from 12. Goes back up. Markkanen can't get it to go. The Hawks trail by 9. Here's Young. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. You know, Greg, at Oklahoma, the long-range shooting of Trae Young drew eyes. But it seems it's his passing That's his most NBA-ready attribute.
How about Kevin? First player in history to lead D1 college basketball in points and assists. Top 10 in the league in dimes his rookie season. Young man has a chance to be special.
He's off on the first.
Well, comparisons to Steph Curry, unfair for Trae Young, and they're quieting. His shooting percentages in year one leave plenty of room for growth.
Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for the Bulls. Young with the steal. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Yeah, and this is Young at his very best. Once he gets a few to fall, boy, watch out.
The Bulls leading by 6. And Greg, you talk about unfair comparisons for Trae Young. His career will always be measured against that of Luka Doncic after the Hawks traded back from the number 3 pick.
And Doncic going on to win Rookie of the Year, an instant star. And Trae Young with plenty of talent. We'll see what he can accomplish.
Here's Young after the made shot from Wendell Carter. Reddish the pass to Collins. 6 to shoot. Here's Bembry for the 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Markkanen's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
The Hawks trail by 8. And it's Hunter with the jam.
And what I admire about Hunter is that opportunistic attitude. This kid just makes things happen.
White with it. Pass to Levine. But they'll get another chance.
It was a tough first quarter for him, but it's been a different story here in the second.
Young against White. Young outside. Carter against Collins. And here's Young from the arc. No good on that one. And it's Chicago the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. And that's the 3rd of 4 straight played at home.
His scoring has not been there at all tonight. I mean, it tells you a lot about their team that they have the lead anyway.
And, of course, there's no questioning Cam Reddish's talent level. Greg, he has a high ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, great size, length, the fluidity as an athlete. He can make an impact at both ends of the floor. Shoots the 3 well for a young player, and you love his ability to match up really 1 through 5.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And free throw good from Reddish. Chicago making some changes. Chris Dunn's checked in for Markkanen, and Satoransky subbed in for White. Atlanta also making some changes here. Len comes in for Hunter, and it's Teagan for Trae Young. Both shots good from the stripe. Chicago leading by 6. Pass to Dunn. On the wing, Levine. Again, Levine missing.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Bembry kicks to T. Over to the wing. Puts up a 3. Bembry misses.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Porter passes to Carter. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, looking for offense inside as they try to chip away at this lead here in the second.
Well, a solid start to his rookie year for Wendell Carter. And ultimately was cut short as he had to have surgery on his thumb. But he showed why he was drafted so high.
Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Zach LaVine. And the free throw, no good. And for Carter, right after being shut down, Chris, he said he couldn't wait for summer to start so he could improve.
I mean, that's the way the NBA goes, and you have to want to better your game the way Carter does to make it in the NBA. He showed just how much he can impact the floor in his limited time, and this team is excited about what he can do.
Here's Teague. Chris Dunn making his last shot. Teague drives in, and that one drops. Teague's got 9.
And Teague is just so calm and collected when he gets near the rim.
Here's Dunn. 10 points for him. 1:35 left in the first half of the game. Rejected by Len. Now here's Reddish. Dunn covering. And Reddish with the slam.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Here's Satoransky. Carter outside. Len grabs the board. Len's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Teague the pass to Reddish. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. A moment now to check out who's leading in the All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this thing all turns out.
You look at Levine. He's got a claim in the final place in the Eastern Conference starting lineup. He's 5th in fan voting.
And it's been a season to remember for him so far. And it'll only get better if he can hang on to that starting spot for All-Star Weekend.
And it seems like the anticipation just continues to build each year around this time of the season. Gonna be a fantastic weekend.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's gonna fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
Dunn misses.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
To the left side wing. Here's Teague in Atlanta again with the bucket.
And you could tell Teague was looking for a shot on that play. Always had his hands up, ready to catch and fire.
Now, here's Dunn. Tight defense on him. Offensive rebound, Young. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Young's got 10.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Teague, the pass to Len. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And we are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
And even though, you know, you're thinking maybe we don't need to replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game, and really it's about getting the call right.
And they're keeping the call as is. It was close, but he had not released it before the clock had expired.
Yeah, still better safe than sorry. I think they did the right thing to take another look at it, and if it's so close that you can't tell by the naked eye, might as well go to the slow-mo.
And so it's Zach LaVine making things happen for Chicago. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We've got more in store for you right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. Chicago was looking great right away. At one point, they had a 9-point lead fueled by some entertaining defensive and offensive plays. They ended up leading by 6 at the end of the first quarter. Going into the second quarter, they lost a little focus, sacrificed some points, but still finished with a 4-point cushion at the half. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Efficiency. You know, I think that's big. That's a key to success. You got to protect the basketball. You can't make those risky passes that lead to highlight film dunks. So I thought it was a great job.
And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
Ernie, they're taking way too many threes. The offense has no rhythm. They need to go back to the drawing board. Maybe try to get a little bit more transition, more off the pick and roll. Anything other than shooting that 3. It's not going.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Here's White. On the court right now for the Hawks. It's Reddish and Hunter teaming up at the forward spots. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. And it's Collins in at the 5. Roam in the paint. Now here's White. They lead by 4. And it's DeAndre Hunter with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here is Carter. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. White the pass to Markkanen. 4 on the shot clock. From deep.
And really, Hunter can guard every position. This is something that makes him incredibly valuable.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Lauri Markkanen. The Hawks have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8. And he knocks down the first one. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. Pass to Carter. Makes it off the glass. Carter's got 12 points in the game.
Showing how dangerous he can be right now. Carter Jr. has the talent to take over games.
And Young kicks to Reddish. Off target from three-point range.
Now, you don't see that very often. A wide open 3 is usually like a layup for him.
Carter. And the rejection by Collins.
Might take him a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. They just need to calm down, play their game.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. And those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. The first free throw is good.
An athletic forward with a versatile skill set. Hunter has also proven he can come up big in big moments.
Both good from the line that time. Bulls have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Looking to get it going. And the rejection by Collins. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. White against Young. Markkanen kicks to Levine. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Reddish. And they're on the break. Here's Herder. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Chicago's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Now here's Levine. He's guarded closely. And stolen by Hunter. Reddish with the ball. Now defended by Levine. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
They call him Red Velvet. Kevin Huerter, out of the University of Maryland, proved he can stripe it from day one.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And high-quality numbers for him all season long. How about 81 from the line?
And the first one drops. And Greg Herder, the 19th pick back in 2018. Sweet touch and at 6'7". Good size at the shooting guard position.
And the Hawks general manager, Travis Schlenk, coming from the Warriors with Trae Young and Kevin Huerter. The Hawks hoping they have a kind of Splash Brothers East.
And it's tied up with that one. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Carter looking around. Now here's Levine. Not a lot of room. Collins with some nice D. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Levine wide open. And the Bulls get it back.
And I just love how he's banging down low. His hard work will let them use some more of the clock here.
Young outside. Nailed from three-point land. And it's a 5-point Atlanta lead.
Well, it was just a mystery what the defense was doing there. You never want to give him that much space outside the three-point line.
The pass to Carter. Inside. And it's Levine that time on the assist from Carter. That's 12 points for Zach Levine.
And the wily strength of Levine. I mean, he does a great job fending off the defense on the way up.
Young passes to Collins. The kick out to Young. They get it again. Second chance shot. Good work defensively by Carter.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points. Yeah, and with Lauri Markkanen, you know you're going to get shooting from his spot. Great release and has been efficient from range since his rookie year.
That free throw good for Markkanen. And Chris, with Markkanen, the shooting frees up the rest of his offensive game.
Yeah, and he's better than you think at going to the rim. He doesn't blow by anyone, but has the length and the hops on his drives to get a solid look while on the move.
And the Bulls making a change here. Valentine's checked in. Young. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, when talking about the pressure Young puts on the defense, I'm not sure the word relentless is strong enough.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
And what a season he's had at the foul line thus far. 86% from the line.
That free throw good from Young.
Just a bright young offensive talent. Young isn't shy about forcing the action. Takes a lot of trips to the line.
And so Young nails them both.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Bulls trail by 3. Levine for 3 gets the three-pointer to fall. Levine's got 5 points now this quarter.
He logs his first 3 of the second half after nailing 2 in the first. They don't want to let this fella get going.
Stolen by Levine. 4-on-3 break. Lobs it up for Levine, and Levine throws it down.
Go get it, young man. Go get it. Levine's so fun to watch on these alley-oops.
Young outside. Pass to Collins. Back to Young. And it's Parker in the corner. Just 5 to shoot. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Here's Herder. The Hawks again can't hit. Chicago has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. The 3 from Valentine. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Chicago grabs the miss. Markkanen's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. In the corner, it's Levine. Excellent D there from Parker. And so it's Parker with it. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. That one falls. Herder's got the game tied up here for the Hawks.
This is the attitude Parker plays with. Someone who's very willing to give it up to his open guys.
Now here's White. Kicks to Levine. Carter outside. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries. For Atlanta, they've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Young drives in. Jones dishes to Parker. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It goes on Denzel Valentine.
It's good to see Parker looking to score, being opportunistic. He's making the defense act.
And Jabari Parker last season, outlasting a full year with the Bulls, traded to the Wizards at the deadline.
Yeah, and another change in scenery for Parker, who just can't find the right fit. I mean, you can see the flashes of talent from him, and hopefully he finds a team that is a good match for him long term.
The first one falls.
Now look, and when Parker's healthy, he's an effective player. He's battled a lot of injuries, and he's still fighting and competing.
So for the Bulls, Young comes in for Valentine, and Chris Dunn subbed in for White. Alex Lenz checked in for Atlanta. Teague comes in for Young. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Chicago has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Levine passes to Carter. Rebound, Atlanta. Lenz got his 8th rebound here tonight. Down against Teague. And it's slammed in by Teague.
And when you get as much speed going to the rim as Teague does, sometimes momentum just carries you in to a slam like that one.
Chicago trailing here. Dunn outside. Passes it to Markkanen. They get it back. Carter. And Jones sends it back. They recover it. For Atlanta, they've gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Teague drives in. Second shot opportunity. Herder, no good.
They haven't needed him as much as I thought they would tonight.
And there's the call on Kevin Herder. That's his 5th foul. The Bulls making a switch here. Satoransky's checked in. Bembry's checked in for Atlanta. Dunn passes to Young. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. A starter in this league for almost a decade. Thaddeus Young's numbers, Greg, won't blow you away. So what is it that makes him a winning player?
I think it starts with his defense, Kevin. Drawing charges and getting deflections. His quickness puts him in a position to make those effort plays.
Felicio's checked in for Chicago. All free throws good from Thaddeus Young. Atlanta's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Here's Teague, stolen by Levine. An even 3-on-3 break. And then Levine with the jam.
Got to give Levine some love. Many of the dunks he pulls off are just flat out nasty.
Now Teague. 13 points in the game. Parker outside over Levine. The Hawks again can't hit. Chicago leading. Here's Satoransky. No good off the back of the rim. Here's Bembry, and it's good for 2. Bembry's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Okay, listen, you got to body him up when he's in the paint. If you play off of him, then that's just 2 easy points.
Now the Bulls with it. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Satoransky finds Levine. Good work defensively by Jones.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
And Chicago shooting an ugly 27% since halftime. Dunn dishes to Young. Dunn outside. Here's Felicio, and Jones pulls it down. And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. The lead is 2. Jones against Dunn. Now here's Levine. He's guarded closely. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Alex Len picks one up.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Reddish, he's checked in for Atlanta. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. The Hawks leading. Here's Bembry. He's got 8. Stolen by Levine. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jabari Parker. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
You see Zach LaVine in the Bulls uniform, and it's hard not to think of the trade that sent him here. He was a big part of the deal that sent Jimmy Butler out of Chicago.
That one is off. And with LaVine and the Butler trade, there were a lot of critics at the time. But you know what, Greg? It's worked out for the Bulls.
And Kevin, the Bulls took a chance with LaVine, and he's developed into a bright young star. Took another risk giving him a big contract after the injury, but he's come back better and stronger since then.
And the chance to take the lead gets away because of the miss.
Teague can't hit. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Good on the second free throw.
Gets them what they need. Could have been better, but they're out front.
The Hawks trailing. Parker outside. Bembry kicks to Parker. Takes a 3. Rebound by the Bulls. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls.
Oh, with noteworthy length and jumping ability, Carter Jr. can get it going above the rim.
Satoransky against Teague. Pass to Bembry. Now Len. Outside Teague. Clock at 4. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
Well, Jeff Teague is one of the tougher players in the league despite his size, and he did a good job finishing through the contact.
Chicago's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Carter against Len. Carter right side. And it's Young. That time on the assist by Carter. Young's got 5 points in the quarter.
Even with the D giving him a lot of attention, he's still finding ways to light him up.
A nice shot by Teague.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Chicago shooting a meager 37% for the game. Satoransky the pass to Levine. Shot from 12. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Well, with the role he's on this quarter, they're going to keep going to him and get that lead even bigger.
Here's Teague out to Parker. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. And 12 points for Parker.
The former #2 pick in the 2014 NBA draft, Jabari Parker, was out there to score just like this.
The Bulls shooting 35% or so in the third quarter. Whatever they're trying is not working. Here's Levine. That shot no good. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. That puts them in the lead. Teague's got 10 points in just the second half.
And all those hours in the weight room paying off right there for Teague. Nice finish through the contact.
Chicago trailing here. And Levine, here we go. It counts, and the foul. It's going to be on Cam Reddish. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
One shot.
Free throw good, Levine.
I mean, he's a versatile player who can come play either guard position. I mean, Levine continues to impress as the years go on.
Teague against Dunn. And here is Teague. Here's Hunter. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Bulls out front, up 2. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Young and Carter are the big men inside. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. And it's done in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Reddish's shot is good.
And Teague knew that he would be open there. Great patience and vision from the point man.
Here's Dunn. There's the pass to Levine. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Well, you just watch Levine play, and you can see the athleticism he possesses. Greg just explodes anytime he wants to.
And guys, with Levine, the speed and first step have always been there for him. but you can see the strength he's added to his game since his rookie year whenever he goes at the rim.
One shot.
And you look at Wendell Carter Jr., the center out of Duke, fantastic blend of size and mobility. A lot to like about what he can do.
And so it's Young who brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. A 2-point game. On the wing, Levine. Teague covering. Levine dishes to Dunn. Down low. Stolen by Len. Teague with the ball. Now guarded by Dunn. It's blocked. 3-on-3. There's Porter with the three. Trains the three-pointer. And the Bulls lead by 5.
Porter's confidence continues to surge. A skilled sniper off the trip.
And with Wendell Carter Jr., we saw flashes of his potential last season.
Easy to see why he was a snap pick at 7 for the Bulls back in 2018. As he gets more comfortable in his role and his teammates lean on him, he could be a force.
Here's Dunn following the basket by Trae Young. Young passes to Levine to the paint. Here's Carter. Another shot. Backed in, coming off the assist from Young. 18 points for Wendell Carter.
There is where Carter Jr. is most comfortable. It feels like he can score at will from there.
Len shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Wendell Carter. That free throw, no good. Markkanen, he's checked in for the Bulls. White comes in for Dunn. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for the Hawks. And the second free throw, good.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
Levine finds White. The shot from the low post is good. And the Bulls lead by 6.
The timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
The Hawks have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Porter with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Levine's got it. Can't get it to fall. The Hawks trail by 6. Young passes to Huerter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And he makes the first. Collins checked in for Len. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time.
And I like the way he's settled down here. I mean, after the sloppy first half, he's done a much better job taking care of the ball.
White against Young. Over in the corner, Reddish. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Young, great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Young against White. And Young kicks to Reddish. Over Porter. And he can't bank that one in. The Bulls leading by 6. Pass to Markkanen. Three-pointer. Good on the triple.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Young, here we go. And White with the block.
And I love seeing White use that athleticism on defense. Great hustle to swat that shot.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Here's Herter. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Herter's got 4 points now in the quarter. And here's White. He'll bring it up for Chicago. He kicks to Young. Back to White. Floats it up for Young. A flawless finish on the alley-oop. And the Bulls lead by 9.
And a solid playmaker. White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Young drives in, and White with the block.
And they continue to control the glass.
It's stolen by Reddish. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Herter's got 12 points here in the second half. Levine with it. With some arc, and it's good on the layup.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
The Hawks trail by 9. Young outside. Passes to Herter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Zach LaVine. That free throw, no good.
That's what they want to see from him, attacking, getting whistles, and maybe causing some foul trouble.
And he's good on the second. The Bulls leading by 8. That shot is off. Collins with some nice D. For Atlanta, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. And Herter gets it to go.
Just great anticipation by Young. He just sees the play developing, knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball.
For Chicago, they've gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth. 8 of 12. Here's Levine, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul called on the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta making a switch here. Turner's checked in. That free throw missing. Jeff Teague, he's checked in for the Hawks. And he sinks the second. The Hawks trail by 7. Now, here is Young from about 16. That's good from Collins on the assist by Young.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, Greg, this is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch.
Now White. Young trying to break free. Hunter grabs the miss. Hunter's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. But his offense has not been there for him tonight.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Yeah, it's taking on a different feel since the break. You can see how many more hustle plays are being made.
Here's White after the made shot from John Collins. That one, no good.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Here's Levine. Stolen by Collins. Here's Reddish. And Reddish with the slam.
Just a great job there from Teague to locate where his teammate was and get the ball to him on time.
Chicago has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Here's the teardrop. Here's Markkanen, and he lays it straight in. And the Bulls lead by 1. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game. And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Outside, White. Pass to Markkanen. Rebound by the Hawks. Collins has got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. White against Young. Kicks to Hunter. The 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
A very consistent three-point shooter. Hunter shoots it well from there because of how confident he is.
Chicago calls timeout, and he may not have gotten the same attention as some of the other picks back in the 2017 draft, Greg, but John Collins out of Wake Forest has been outstanding thus far in his career.
Really one of the league's best kept secrets. Tremendous athleticism, also great hands, and just has a knack for moving to the open spot around that rim.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Jeff Teague.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he has.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Jim Boylan talking with his team. He warned them they've got to get back in transition. He said they've given up way too many fast break points, and he said we have to slow the pace of the game down and force them into taking some tough shots. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Carter against Collins. Carter dishes to White. Back to Carter. It's tipped. The shot misses. Collins with some nice D. Teague the pass to Reddish. 2 points. That one goes. Reddish has got 7 points for the quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Bulls trail by 4. Outside, Levine. And again, Chicago. No good. And so it's Young who brings it up for Atlanta. Over in the corner, Reddish. Hunter kicks to Reddish. Over Porter. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Chicago has gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. Young passes to Reddish. Excellent D there from Markkanen. Chicago's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Here's Porter. Got a hand on it.
And putting that 7'2" wingspan to good use. Hunter can be an elite defender if he keeps working at it. And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Into the Bulls, shooting about 45% from the floor in the fourth. White the pass to Porter. Back to White. Now the pass to Markkanen. Cans it from downtown. Markkanen's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Bulls.
How about this turnaround? He played a fringe role in the first half, and now he's the man for them.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Just off his game, forcing a few shots, not letting the game come to him naturally.
Game tightening up, no problem. Put the ball in Young's hand and let the young fella go to work.
Parker's checked in for Jeff T. And that one falls for Young. Bulls trail by 6. And here's Levine. Outside, White. No good on the three.
Look, I know he wants to get them back into this, but that's not the way to do it. They need smart shots, not heaves.
In transition, here come the Bulls. 17-foot shot on the way. Porter, no luck. The Hawks leading by 6. To the middle. And it's Hunter with the jam.
And boy, when Hunter's aggressive, good things seem to happen for him and his team.
Levine with it. To the inside. Stolen by Collins. Here's Parker, and the dunk by Parker.
What a powerful finish. Once you let Parker get ahead of steam, just get out.
1:44 left in the fourth quarter. Parker against Levine. To halt the run, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Shooting 2.
Gets the first, and that brings them within single digits. And so he makes both from the line. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. Young against White. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Young's got the lead up to 10 now for the Hawks.
And having to respect Young's deep range defensively, it's hard to close off the lane.
Parker against Levine. Here's Markkanen. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. 14 points for Lauri Markkanen.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
Young. It's all in by the Bulls. And here we go. Fast break. Levine's got it. Bullseye. Levine's got 35 in the game.
Oozing with confidence right now. You got to love seeing Levine capitalize in the clutch.
Young against White. Now, here is Young. D right on him. Over in the corner, Reddish. 5 to shoot. No good that time. Here's Chicago. They trail by 6. Here's Levine. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Now, look, even if he had other places to go with the ball, that's a good shot. You can't blame him for letting that one fly.
cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. He's able to hit the second one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And here are the Bulls now. Outside, White. Porter finds Levine. No good from outside. Now, here's Reddish. Pass to Young. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And the technical free throw is good. And so the Hawks take the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Jabari, looks like you're getting back in stride, and you have certainly had adversity with the knee injuries the last few years. How have you been able to battle through them?
It's been tough, to tell you the truth, but, you know, the race is not won to the swift, but the one to endure, so I'm trying to keep that motive.
You have certainly endured and thrived, Jabari. Thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.